Greetings and salutations, fans of Dota 2. My name is Badger, once again here for some League of Legends Season 6 action. I am joined here by the one and only Artorius. How are you tonight?
Do you say salutations every time? Yeah.
It's I tend to. It's a throwback to a play-up-like caster that used to be good back in my day, a guy called Icy, who would always do greetings and salutations, fans of Dota 2, and I like the man's play-up. I try to derive a lot of what I do in terms of play-up of what he did. So that's the reason why, sir.
Of course. Why wouldn't I have guessed that it was somebody extremely old and washed that no one's ever heard of?
People from my era, they know what it was like to listen to him talk. He didn't know anything about Dota, but it didn't matter. He brought the hype. I am in that spirit. Even though I have about 3,000 more than he ever did. Either way, though, how are you tonight?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Here for some Dota 2. I mean, luckily we've managed to bullshit our way through like a fourth of the draft already, so we got Nyx, Enigma, OD, Puck Bands, usual sort of stuff. Witch Doctor first overall pick into a Void Spirit response, into a Mars pick. Anything that comes to mind in terms of like stuff that jumps off the page, or just standard stuff here?
Pretty standard. The only thing that jumps at me is how proud Guam would be of the amount of draft we've skipped.
Elaborate. What does that mean, sir?
Guam literally launches the game, the draft starts, and he walks away. He has it timed perfectly. He'll come back in strategy time every time.
When he's casting or when he's playing?
Both.
Isn't he the captain of his team? Okay, that actually is different. Okay.
It's maybe a deny pick because it is kind of good with Mars, but I highly doubt it's a deny pick if they're picking an 8th.
Yeah, they could always ban it if they were that scared of the Mareska, the Dark Willow, and GX, that thing in the lamp. A lot of purple/pink heroes today, that's for sure. That's one thing that's jumped off the page. I mean, Witch Doctor, Void Spirit, Willow's got some purple hues in there, so that's certainly more purple than usual. And as one observation one can make this draft. Very serious analysis. Let's look over at the records. I'm looking over at the lads thing right now. What do we have? So we got Polar Ass are 10-6. It's not bad. Let's just go take this and change it to Polar Ass. 1 second. Let me just go to properties. So 10-6, not bad. It's one of the better seeds in the league. Obviously not in like that top 3 team sort of seeding wise, but they're certainly in the conversation of possibly getting that 4 seed. And then on the other side, we've got 5 average dudes who currently are. Ooh boy, that's not ideal. They're 6 and 11, I believe. Is that correct? Wait, no, it can't be correct, right? Yeah, that literally cannot be correct.
There's 6 and 10.
6 and 10? Oof. Yeah, that's not ideal. But either way, it is certainly doable. They're certainly in conversation of playoffs still, so let's go. It's not like, say, Banana Hammock or something. They're certainly in the conversation of making playoffs, especially if they can get some wins tonight up against Polar Ass. Because for both these teams, there are varying things in terms of the stakes. Polar Ass, the seeding's on the line. For Fiber Dudes, their League of Lads lives are on the line, so curious to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, I think Polar Ass had a good start. Obviously, a veteran team stayed together for quite a bit, whereas 5 Average Dudes was new this season. I think they're a pretty strong team, definitely a strong team on paper, but they started out the league against 4 out of 5 of the top 5 teams were their first series, and they had a little rough out of the gate. But after that, they stepped it up and have been performing a bit better.
We've got the man of 2 names, the king with 2 titles, King of Wraiths and King of Skeletons. That's a relatively fine matchup into the Mars, right?
Yeah, I think Mars is one of the better heroes for clearing skeletons. However, Wraith King's one of the better heroes for just living to a Mars combo.
That's always a great strategy, if you have 2 lives, you just get comboed down in 1, you have another live available.
I'm gonna presume that's a 4 Shadow Shaman, and I think that hero is pretty strong right now. Definitely in the meta.
Oh,
I'm
for
just not a
sure.
very
Yeah.
good Shaman picker, so...
It's just a hero that does so much of everything. I mean, other than just like jump into the middle of a fight and then take damage, it does basically everything you want from the hero. I mean, it's got right click damage for trading in lane. It's got stuns. It's got another stun. It's got AoE damage. It's got building push. It's got everything you want out of a support hero. It's pretty cool. Either way, though, I mean, we see an Invoker response pick. Is that just a Nika hero?
I could also be a cello hero, I believe, in their Masters series, or it might have been the pub after their Masters series on Sunny God and Cello's team. He played Invoker support.
Which means we're probably looking at
So,
we're looking at a 3 at this point for Polar Ass. They've got their 2 and they've got their 4 between those two heroes, and looking at an offlaner still.
well, Fatal Uno is the 4 player, so it'd either be a 5 Invoker or 5 Void Spirit. But I know Hull City is a Void Spirit player, so he might be taking that 3.
That
they
is
already
interesting.
Yeah, they already have the tanky frontliner with the Wraith King, so they might just stick that Void Spirit on pause 3.
And then we see a Slark. How does Slark lane into the how do I describe it? The menagerie of heroes that might be laning into Slark or might not be laning into Slark we've already seen here.
Well, Slark's pretty good against Dark Willow and Void Spirit. Obviously, plenty of time to purge Dark Willow stuns if he has roots. Void Spirit's just a melee hero. Slark's pretty good against those, especially with a Witch Doctor backing him up. And then obviously playing into a Wraith King, it's one of the better carry matchups into a Wraith King. He definitely needs a BKB though, because that Radiance is going to tick him down slowly if not. But he can definitely trade some right clicks over 2 lives, so he gets plenty of stacks. However, into an Invoker, it's a little bit rough. Slark doesn't have a massive mana pool, and obviously a lot of AoE spells on Invoker. I would hope that Polar Ass is going to plan to pick up a bit more hard lockdown now. You need something to deal with this Slark other than this Invoker.
For sure, yeah.
They might have a problem.
And the thing is that they can be flexible. They have the last overall pick in the draft, and as a result, they can flex a lot of these heroes around based on who they want to play 3, who they want to play 4, who they want to play mid, because they've got a lot of versatility here. Might have to do a little bit of shenanigans to make it work, but they've got options. You're seeing 5 average dudes; they're just banning out Avenge and they're banning out Alesh, so they're not entirely sure what Polar Ass want right now.
So I know I'm a Wyvern spammer, but looking at this game, I would totally want Wyvern on Polar Ass. Whether Nika plays it or Cello plays it, doesn't really matter, but it looks like a solid Wyvern game.
So you're saying that mid Wyvern wouldn't be the craziest thing ever if they wanted to go for it?
Yeah. That Q can kill the Shadow Shaman boards. You can also defend towers against this team pretty well. And Winter's Curse is not something Slark can purge off.
And that's fair. A lot of options there. Either way, though, we actually have chomped through a good bit of the reserve time already. We have about a minute left for Polar Ass. A bit under a minute for the 5 dudes team, so we will have our answers quite soon. I'm curious to see how these lanes, especially these side lanes, end up coming out. I mean, I'm looking at this Mars Shaman lane. That feels like a really strong lane, right?
Yeah, Mars Shaman is pretty good. The slow from Mars allows Shaman to get on top of him with a Hex or a Shackle, and then you can follow that up with this easy angled spear. So definitely plenty of lockdown to kill this Wraith King or the support that's stuck in that lane.
It's one of those things, too, we've seen a lot of times 4 or 5 average dudes, the games where they win are the games where the Beast of US East has a good start, has a good lane base, able to take over that sort of early to mid-game sort of situation with space creation. And if he has a great lane, say Wraith King plus Willow, then he certainly can be in a position to buy like an early Blink, buy an early extra item on top of that, possibly take over this game, make space for his Slark and his mid laner to farm this game. So I think directionally it makes a good bit of sense to have that side lane be as strong as it is.
Yeah, there are other side lane as well, Witch Doctor Slark. That's pretty aids for a pause 4 or a pause 3 to lane into, especially if it's a melee pause 3. So even that lane could also take off, and they're definitely going to need to pressure the Dire team because Wraith King is just going to look to AFK farm in the jungle all game. So need something to shut him down.
Interesting. I mean, this is certainly a Klink's mid, right?
Yeah, by the looks of it. It's just another active hero with damage. They obviously want to take towers, take fights fast, end the game before Wraith King really becomes a problem.
This is going to be, I mean, at this point, is your Polar Ass, are you looking for a different mid, or you found any of these heroes playing mid into the Klinks?
I'm pretty sure any of these heroes would be fine playing into the Klinks. However, they would definitely need to rush a defensive item, because if that Klinks is rushing an Orchid, they could be in trouble in some of these fights. I'm pretty sure Void Spirit can lane fine into Klinks with his E. I'm not really a mid player though, so I wouldn't be quoting me on this
It
stuff.
still doesn't seem, I mean, sure, it is physical resistance, but then Klinks will just hit you. Like, say, every time you can hit the E on, say, I don't know, a hero plus 3 creeps, you're probably taking 3 Klinks arrows for it, and then, well, you've probably lost your physical resistance from that.
Yeah, but on the flip side, Void Spirit hits that 6, and that Klinks needs to screw off whenever he doesn't have his ult up, otherwise I'm pretty sure Void just bursts him.
Yeah, especially if like he has like a, I'm not sure if the Invoker is going to have like a point in Sunstrike or not, but that extra bit of damage. Okay, we have our answer. I'm assuming Grimstroke is the Fortis game, and Invoker is in the mid. Though we have seen an upswing in Grimstroke middle recently, if that's possibly in the cards.
But then you have an Invoker 5. I don't know if that feels good or not.
It doesn't.
I guess the Cold Snap would be relatively okay against the Shaman. It would give them a quick cancel.
Alright, they are going Nika middle with the Invoker, going Cello 5 with the Grimstroke, as logic would suggest.
However, I think the Grimstroke pickup, in theory, is good, but they don't have a lot of stuff to use with the ult. They pretty much have Wraith Fire Blast, Cold Snap, and any items they pick up. You might see maybe a that stun from Dark Willow, but I don't know how useful that is inside of a Grimstroke ulti.
Could be a bit annoying, I'm sure. It's going to be hard to tell in terms of the execution. It doesn't seem that great, but they have a lot of overall stun. I'm sure they can make it work somehow. Overall, I like this Firebridge Dudes draft. Would you also like that draft, or do you feel otherwise?
I like that draft, but they're definitely going to have to be active. I think if this game starts going a little bit later, they're going to have a bit of problems dealing with everyone.
I agree. I think if they make, say, a few mistakes here and there, then Polar Ass should just take over the game, because they have this better scaling sort of lineup.
Would you like to know a fun fact, Badger?
I would, actually. I love fun facts.
This is the 31st time Grimstroke has been picked in League of Lads, and in 30 games, it has a 26.7% win rate.
Oh dear, that's bad. You can't even say it's like, oh, that's a large enough sample size that it's, dear God, it's a disaster. Is that the worst of any hero with that amount of picks?
I don't know. I closed the page. I will bring it back up. I think Coddle's down there. He's pretty low as well.
We were discussing this last night, actually, about Coddle being super low win rate in Lads. I mean, outside of you, people have not been winning Coddle games in Lads.
I think actually Cello's the other one who's been winning with it.
Alas, he is not playing Coddle tonight. And we are seeing 4-man smoke from 5 dudes. They are popping on Sonic, so they know he's there, but they don't know where he is. They have to be somewhere in this little tree area, which is... He actually might run into them accidentally, so he needs to be a little bit careful.
Alright, yeah, the next closest is Rubik at 38% in 29 years.
Ooh.
But that's still 13% higher.
So I'm sure a player of the caliber of the one and only Shellomello can play Grimstroke at a level that's needed to win if the hero is possible to win with. Alright, we are rebinding all chat hotkeys. Oh god, this is gonna be this kind of series, isn't it? This is going to be the kind of series where we have this whole city offlaner. He is getting ready to spam chat wheel lines. I'll put the over-under line on number of hero chat lines at 100 for this series. You want the over or the under?
Over how many?
Over 100 for the series of hero chat lines.
Oh, for sure. It's Polar has.
So this is not even a question. 5 previews on Dire Weird. I guess PMA is he's ready. He's ready to play this team. Would one call their decorum similar to, say, the professional OG team in terms of? I haven't watched that many. Oh yeah, it's gonna be like this all game. I'm keeping on. This is how bad can it possibly get? I might regret this later, but oh well. We're gonna see two runes apiece here. Dire will grab the right side of the map, Radiant on the left side of the map, of course. Oh boy.
Looks like they're keeping 3 top. They might look to tri-lane the Slark.
We're seeing a Artorius start to run away. But actually, or 3 bottom, my bad. There's 3 bottom. We might go for a first blood and then rotate Shellanel to the top lane. They're just playing in this little tree area for now, so... Might try to jump them, but obviously the Equilibrium is not a great spot for that. It's going to end up right over here, so...
You know, I was looking at the sponsors that each player has, and I instantly regret my choice to do so.
Yeah, you're probably looking at whole cities?
Yes.
That's whole city for you. Either way, Sonigod's not having a fun time top lane. He's taking a ton of damage from CB and Mr. Beast of US East right now. My god. And bottom lane, PMA kind of was gone on, but he's also extremely fine, so... Yeah, Cello TP top lane, try to help Sonigod. But Sonigod has no salve currently. We'll have to tangle up vigorously to even heal up the damage he's taken so far. And then
No.
middle lane, I mean, Invoker Clinks. That's probably fine for Clinks still, right?
I think so. I think both will farm.
Obviously, Invoker has spells and Clinks has right clicks, but right clicks are pretty good. They're pretty powerful against a hero wearing robes.
However, it's a good thing I'm not the one streaming, because I never remember to actually pull up last hits for like the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, right now we got 7. Sonigod, who, despite having a lot of damage, top lane, they actually are going for Beasts of US East, but they're running out of damage. There's a spear back onto Sonigod, and there will be no kill. Stroke of Fate, no mana, no cooldown. Could mango for it, but probably not going to happen. And then bottom lane, there's a cask, but everybody's going to be okay, I'm pretty sure. Whole city will take some damage from the Maledicts, but yeah, he'll be A-okay. Actually, oh, top lane. They killed Sonigod, my bad. And the bottom lane actually going to kill Artorius as well. He will get killed by Fatal Uno, and across the map, a lot of brawling going on in these side lanes. Almost missed both of them, but I caught one of them. All is okay. This is about what we expected, right? I mean, extremely brawly side lanes, just lots of spells being thrown out constantly.
Yeah, the supports picked by both teams are definitely very brawly, and the cores that both
Top
teams
lane,
picked
they're
are
going
also
for
not really
CB
opposed
now.
to that.
Spear back under tower. They will kill the Shaman. Can they get a counter kill? Looking for Sonigod. Needs 3 more hits, I believe. And he appears to not be able to get it in this top lane. And it's funny how I interrupt your explanation of the brawling with the results of more brawling. But you were saying?
Oh no, that was pretty much the end of it.
This is gonna be hard to see everything, but I'm going to do my best. Bottom lane, they are headed for Notorious, but there are actually half whole city going there might have been a kill, but now Fatal Uno will he'll barely miss that kill. PMA trying to get some damage, get some agi stacks in return. Will not fully dive though. Doesn't want to go under tower with no boots and only 5 sick charges, of course. This is already shaping up to be a real game of Dota 2, which is fun. I like Dota 2. Big fan of watching some real Dota 2 action instead of just, like, you know, static farm fests and the
Really?
like.
I thought you were a CSGO fan.
CSGO is fun as well. That's for those who don't know, I'm playing a lot of CSGO in my personal time recently. It's a fun game. Happen to be playing with somebody in this cast, actually.
Yeah. Somebody in this cast seems to do a lot better on the scoreboard too.
Well, there. That's cap. That's cap.
Not reasonable.
You and I are at the bottom of the scoreboard together, sir. Either way, CB taking a lot of damage. He'll run away, though, just fine, has shackles, but won't be needed, obviously. We did see Fatal Uno scout out this rune for Nika as well, so now Nika has that Arcane Rune. Has no bottle, but it's always nice to have an Arcane Rune.
I think Pulse 4 players have started to figure out that boots are a very strong item.
We've seen it on basically every form. I mean, obviously at the start of the patch, heroes like Clock and Tusk were buying boots, but now it's basically everybody buying boots now. Obviously, I mean, you explained to me before about the implications of the 5 having more regen than the 4 because the 4 has boots, but that's for another day.
Yeah, but then the 4 can use his movement speed advantage to trade more,
well, trade better than the 5 can. Cost your offlaner some regen, but who cares about them?
Exactly, who cares, offlaners? They're just big, dumb strength heroes anyways. Their opinions are unimportant.
Yeah, 4 players just do the same job as offlaners, but they don't need farm. They're just better.
This is totally not a bias take by a resident 4 player Artorius.
Yeah.
Either way, though.
I used to be an offlaner, but I stopped when tri-lanes didn't become, well, stopped being a thing.
Ah, good times. Good times, tri-lanes. Good day to be a carry player.
It was a great day to be an offlaner. You lose your lane, you're like, it's 1v3, you win it, you're a god. There's no counterplay.
We're seeing some pulls bottom lane. Both teams are contesting this pull to the hard camp from Notorious. And it looks like most of the creeps will go to the Dire, actually. Notorious did grab one with that cask earlier, but...
CB made a rotation mid, but I think he was spotted underneath this ward that Cello had placed earlier. Or at least Nika seems to know that he was coming.
Top lane, they are headed for the Beast of US East. There is that Inksmall stun, there is that Wraith King stun. They need a bit more damage, but they should be able to chase him down eventually. There is Stroke of Fate in 4, there are right clicks in literally right now, and they will kill the Beast of US East. And Mr. Mars, Beast of US East, he's doing well in terms of the CS, but he has died, I believe, twice in this. Never mind, he only died once in this lane. And then bottom lane, they're going for Notorious. Whole City is in, Fatal Uno is in. They will get it with that extra right-click damage from the Shadow Realm, so... Another kill for Polar Ass. One top, one in bottom. And they seem to be coming out on top in terms of these brawling in the side lanes.
Really well played from Sane and Cello to recognize that Shaman was not in lane and they were able to punish Beast of US East for being up too far.
It's certainly good to get rid of the leader in net worth at this stage of the game. Or actually not net worth, it's just in terms of last. It's looking at net worth. Oh, it is Mars as well, actually, so it's a very important kill in terms of momentum for Polar Ass.
This is a true support player here from Notorious. He teleported mid with mangoes for his mid laner.
Speaking of his mid laner, he will end up dying to the EMP damage from Nika. Notorious trying to escape here, but he should be fine, right? There's a hard dive if they go. Actually, never mind, he'll die to their own damage. What am I saying? Double kill for Nika. And despite Notorious's best efforts, his mid laner still dies. Sad though. The mangoes did nothing.
Unfortunately.
Overall, I mean, Polar Asses are up to a 2k lead already in the lanes. This is probably higher than it should be, right?
No, I think it should be about where it is. They won the brawls, which really could have gone either way, and whatever team wins the brawls in the lane gets that early advantage.
Bottom lane, they are going for PMA. Tornado did miss. EMP is there. Will hit on only CB, I believe, and now Nika will run away. TP back to mid to take the lane back from Chelamello. I just mean overall in terms of, I mean, should all these brawls have gone the way of Polar Ass, or is it just a bit of good positioning, good luck, good execution there on that one? Speaking of the brawls, they're headed for the Dark Willow. They want Fatal Uno. There is a remnant there from Whole City trying to keep him alive. CB actually will be the first death, and nobody on Polar Ass is dead just yet. Fatal Uno will die to the Maledict damage. There will be a stack of the agility for PMA. Now Whole City trying to go on Notorious needs 2 more hits. Will not get 2 more hits. Will not even get 1 more hit. And meanwhile, they're going on over to Clinks. Telmo is there with Nika. They need more. Stroke of Fate is there. Slowing him up. Needs one more hit from Nika. Nika will get the kill. He's on a killing spree. He's off to a very good start in this game. Looking over net worth. Invoker number 2 in net worth, only behind this Mars currently. So he's having a good game so far.
This Mars has a major net worth advantage, but I think that is mainly because he's probably killing skeletons. However, he does have 19 denies.
That's a lot of denies. I mean, a lot of them were early on, too, against Sonigod, so it's making Sonigod a very sad boy, as the sponsor might suggest. Either way, though, I mean, we're in a situation where Polaras, they're in a lead, but it's not a very significant lead. A good rotation or two from, say, the Beast of US East can turn that 2k lead into, say, a 1k lead for their team. And we are going to see Artorius brawl up a Fatal Uno. Nico is in the way, so Artorius might just be dead here. Yeah, he is rooted up. Shadow Realm is there. In comes the earn damage. Tornado is not needed. Another kill will go to Nika, so he's up to 4-0 now. And now they're going on to the Mars as well. Inkswell is there. Stroke of Fate is there. In comes Sonigod has a level 1 stun. Not using it just yet thanks to being hexed and shackled. So good play there from CB. Mars Arena is used. Will spear one hero back, and that's just a good play from CB, right?
Yeah, no, it was a good rotation to show up and save his Mars there. And at the end of the day, he did use Mars ult, but it's not a very long cooldown.
And now Neff, Mr. Peripheral, is stunned up on Clinks. However, there's a lack of dust, so he'll be okay.
However, 10-minute cart wave, the Dire is pressuring bottom, and it does not look like anyone's going to be there to defend the tower for it.
They have a Artorius in the way, but Artorius is not enough defense against this Willow and this Void Spirit for sure.
Yeah, if he shows up, he might just die.
Yeah, there's 2 charges of Astral Step available in literally right now, so there could potentially be a dive under this tower if they so choose.
Yeah, he's just walking away.
Probably the right decision. So you know what? I don't want to die yet. I've already died 4 times. I don't want to die anymore.
There is a smoke top. Mars ult is still down, so he may go down here, but there are no trees. They might see them coming.
Tornado is not invoked, actually. Could be a rough start, but there's a stunner from Wraith King. There's the Inkswell. They will actually spear this Wraith King way back under tower range. They're still looking for Mars. Mars will die to Nika's tornado damage, and CB appears to be fine. Could not capitalize on the spear back. And just another good smoke rotation from Polaras. I should say another good rotation with the aid of that first smoke. And then middle lane, they dive Artorius. Simply a very easy kill to get with the Void Spirit. We talked about the possibility of Void Spirit diving the Witch Doctor bottom. Instead, we saw Void Spirit diving the Witch Doctor middle lane instead. Jesus. It's a very good start so far for Polaras. They're up to a 9-kill lead, up to a 5k net worth lead. What does 5 Hours Dude needs to do to start turning this game around for them?
I think they either need to pick up a Blink Dagger or Gules on this Mars and just start making plays. Artorius is very notorious for buying lots of smokes, and sure enough, he already has 2 on him.
He does.
So they can defend these towers or make some big teamfight plays.
EMP is there, Mars ulti is popped. Who's going to die first? Cello's dropping very low. The Tornado is there onto this Clinks. Peripheral is soulbound up with his Mars. He's taking a lot of damage. He'll go down. Now they're on the Artorius. He'll once again go down to whole cities right clicks. And they have that stun from the Curse Crown there onto the Mars. Can they kill him? Fatal Uno is there. Words are got by CB. In comes Stroke of Fate. Does a little bit of damage, but nobody's dead just yet. There is the Terrorize. Both are brought back. In comes PMA, but he's almost dead immediately. He has to go into that ultimate, and he's going to get stunned anyways. He'll go down to Cello Mello, and it's another disastrous fight for the 5 average dudes. These 5 average dudes are not having average fights. They're having disastrous fights. What is going so wrong for them here?
There's a little bit of miscommunication. Mars TP's in and he gets gone on. And
there's a spear there at the whole city. Can they kill him? They will kill whole city. But go on about the fights.
I was just saying, Mars TP's in, he gets gone on, and they only have 2 heroes there. And then Clink shows up a little bit late, but at that point they've already disengaged. And then he gets gone on instead. And then finally the Shaman and the Slark show up. But at that point they're in full retreat and they're just joining the fight one at a time.
You saw at the very end, PMA really wanted that kill on Cello, did not get it, and died for it. This is a very sad tale for them.
Yeah, he just needed one more right click. Unfortunately, was not in range.
And I mean, he ended up dying to Cello himself too, so it's a bad feeling when the support hero you're trying to kill is one hit from dying and then kills you. We are seeing Tier 1 towers die, the Dire Tier 1 top will die, and the Radiant Tier 1 middle is getting very low. However, Radiant, they do not deny the tower. Last hit will go to Nika, that Alacrity Invoker, of course. And they appear to want more, but yeah, the Mars is not the easiest target in the world, even though he isn't not that farmed anymore.
Yeah, I think this would be a good game to pick up a Eula Scepter, but I think he's making the right choice of rushing that Blink. They need a way to start a fight. They need to start fighting to get back into the game. Obviously, Wraith King's just going to out-farm a Slark. Not much Slark can do about that. So you need something. Blink isn't close on
Bottom lane, they are diving in at the CB. Yeah, CB's dead. Actually, probably shouldn't even cast that one. That one's kind of a foregone conclusion. But yeah, Wraith King is way better of a farmer here, right?
Yeah, he's skipped over the Midas, but that just means he's going to get his Radiance a little bit faster.
Yeah, he's closing in on the Relic already at minute 15, so not the fastest Radiance in the roll, but it is a pretty fast Radiance given he has a Phase Boots and Bracer as well as that just casual gloves, so it's pretty good timing still. And we're seeing this bottom tier 2 just take so much damage. Already half HP, and it's a little bit of right clicks from this Void Spirit and this Invoker, so they may attempt to go for more.
Blink Dagger, but
okay, now the Artorius is being dawned on by whole city, instantly almost gets eviscerated, will not die that last Astral Step damage though, and meanwhile there's a Mars ulti over there onto Nika, looking for this Invoker kill, BCBOS East finds a very important solo kill onto this Invoker. That's a mega kill streak taken from him.
Yeah, very good Blink reveal.
So that's a bad coordination there from Polaras. We saw whole city way deep looking for this Witch Doctor, and meanwhile this Invoker just got going on and died.
I think Hull City had the right idea. They had deep vision. They were looking for a pick on one of those supports, and if they got it, that would have just been a free tower. Unfortunately, they weren't ready for the Mars Blink reveal.
Alright, here comes Big Bad Sonagod. Stuns up there onto this Mars. Shadow Shaman will die the whole city as well from the extra damage. And now, with all of the damage, honestly, Mars not dead just yet. They are trying to dive him. Stroke of Fate will miss. And in comes the Clinks, but this Clinks is not very farmed at all. Nika has respawned, he has Booster Tablet, and Shellanella will go down, but they will get some counter kills. Clinks certainly will be dead. And he appears to be the only death for now, unless Whole City goes on another dive. They still do have a relative idea of where they are, thanks to that ward on the high ground, but yeah, rough fight still. CB has respawned though, so the tower will not die just yet, despite having an Alacrity siege units. Oh, dear lord.
It's a pretty even trade, all things considered, though. They do lose their mid laner, but at the end of the day, the Slark got free farm the whole time while Wraith King was fighting.
Their mid laner is just, at this point for Peripheral, for Neff, he's basically out of this game completely, right? He is 4.5k net worth, barely had a Fatal Uno in Shallow so is...
Yeah, but the moment Clinks picks up like a Desolator, he's already like maximum hero capacity.
I mean, he's not far from the Deso. He's 1,400 gold away, so perhaps that Deso timing at, I don't know, minute 22 or so will help him get into this game. Because right now, he's basically been a range creep.
Yeah. Once he picks up like that Skeleton spawning in after Skeleton Walk, and he has a Desolator, that should help his team's damage output.
Bottom lane, they're once again going on CB. He drops a certain wards looking for Fatal Luna, but there will be no counter kill, and he will feed a lot. Actually, he will deny some of the wards, but that's a lot of gold lost on those certain wards. So sad tale for CB. Meanwhile, middle lane, they have a Mars ulti there onto Nika. Can they kill? They will find a very important kill onto Nika, and they might look for Cello. Never mind, there are no stuns onto Cello, Mello. And he even will find a D ward straight up in the face of Artorius.
A little bit ambitious there to place an observer right in front of the enemy support.
Maybe he was thinking he could pull a fast one there, like, hey, they're not checking my inventory, right? They won't detect the odd movements of the word being placed.
Although next engagement, this Wraith King will have his Radiance complete.
Yeah, he's very close. Radiant Dire, they're in the same area of the map. Looking at Radiant Vision, they don't exactly see where they are. Just 2 ships in the night currently.
Slark is finished his Echo Saber, so farming speed
good
should be a little
blink
bit
away there from the Beast of US East. Not being gone on just yet. But Nika's back. Has died twice to this Mars recently, but he's back to grab this tier 2 tower. Now diving forward as Mars whole city is in. Casket's in the back lines, but only delaying a little bit. They have Yules up this Mars. Tornado is there as well. They're keeping the Tornado. Meanwhile, Artorius will die on the other end of the fight. EMP is there. Beast of US East on that Mars goes down. 2 more deaths for 5 average dudes, and that's on top of losing that tower as well. That's a bad tower defense in general, even attempting that with that few heroes.
Yeah, I think you give that up. They didn't have any vision in the area. The Wraith King had Radiance. The tower had like 200 HP, and they didn't have Mars ulti up. You just gotta let that go.
Alright, they want Sonic God, but that's not happening. Luckily, they won't die for that attempts, but...
You're still waiting on this Desolator from your Clinks. I think you just try and avoid fights until he has that.
He is getting somewhat close. He is 500 gold away, and perhaps they will have enough damage to, say, shove into the Mars ulti with, like, the Death Ward and the Deso right-clicks at that point. We're seeing tips onto whole city and a tip back to Cello. Actually, I actually might check Sonic God's VOD later and figure out exactly why that tip came out, because I believe Sonic God's also streaming this. I'll have to check that out later. See exactly what prompted that tip. Either way, though, we might just see a jump onto Sonic God. He is walking onto this high ground, and perhaps he'll be the one doing the jumping. He is seeing heroes, but no jumps just yet. However, instead let's go on to Artorius. Artorius, once again dead, will die to the Sunstrike. Tips come out, voice lines come out. Artorius, once again dead. He is currently the notorious 1-8. It's a rough time for him currently.
He's not feeding, he's creating space.
Space for what? Either way, though, Space for gets the Clinks to buy the Deso, will finish it just now, has bought that second Mithril Hammer, so can TP back to the Fountain, have that team fight item. However, his top tier 1 is under siege, and his mid tier 2 is under siege. In comes Beast of US East, misses on the spear. Probably a good thing he missed that, actually. And now, Polar Ass simply going to run away and be content with taking a tier 2 tower. Middle, not even finishing the tier 1 tower, top. Possibly headed for Roshan, but we'll have to tell. We're not really sure just yet.
This Wraith King's picked up a blink, so next fight the Radiant supports are going to have to be very careful.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard time to position for the Switch Doctor and Shaman, who have a lot of damage with their spells, but not the longest cast range on them, so... Getting up close and personal might just mean being 3-shot by a Sonic God Wraith King. We haven't looked much at PMA this game. He's getting close to a Sanjin Yasha. Is that the right item choice this game?
I have no idea, I'm not a carry.
By the way, the whole city is on the high ground. Did not get pounced there. Is there stuns? Possibly. He will actually Astral Step away, though, so he'll be A-okay. Does not feed that GM of True Sight.
However, surprisingly...
Mars ulti is there. It's on 2. Can they kill somebody? In comes Sonic God. He's revealed that blink. In comes Peripheral has revealed that Deso. There's so much damage being done to Polar Ass. Fatal Luna goes down. Peripheral taking a lot of damage. Sonic God trying to run him down. Soulbound is there on both those heroes in the backlines. Both the supports. Clinks will go down. Will counter kill onto Cello. Shackles are there. They won't need to kill Sonic God, but he still has reincarnation. He'll go down. On the back of the fight, Nika 1v1 to Mars. Got the kill there onto Mars. And now... they seem to be content, saying, you know what, let's not feed any more kills. We have no reincarnate. We've kept our cores alive. Only lost supports for these cores of Radiant dying, so...
All things considered, though, that fight could have gone worse for Radiant. That was the blink reveal for the Wraith King there.
Yeah, it was a rough time to be the Mars. Like, alright, I am in this circle with 3 heroes. I don't want to fight all 3 heroes. I mean, you killed Fatal Luna, but that's a much easier kill than Sonic God at this point.
Yeah. Although I'm quite surprised that the Slark has managed to keep up with the Wraith King. It might be this Midas, but he is not very far behind. About 1,700 gold.
Cello's dead. I'm not even... Go on. Actually, there is a tornado there from Nika. Never mind, that's not a team fight. Unless Whole City's just crazy as hell, has Astral Step in looking for Neff. We'll look for this Clinks, very close to having up damage, but not getting him just yet. No, PMA is on Fatal Uno, Terrorize is there, he's being run back, Deafening Blast will bring him back as well. In comes Whole City, has been hexed by CB, and that's a bit over-aggressive from Whole City. Will he die? Has now, obviously will die eventually. Meanwhile, Mars has found Nika in that ultimate. Both of them will go down eventually. Gem is in the ground, and there's 3 heroes dead on Polar Ass in exchange for quite literally nothing.
Oh no. Did the Radiant know? Who was paying? That's how
appear to know. However, actually,
the courier
Radiant does not
coming.
know. Yeah, that courier will get there from Whole City in time. Yeah, it will. However, Sonagod is very isolated in this Radiant jungle. They know he's there and they know he's alone, but can they kill him twice? Reincarnate's in just 5 seconds.
There was...
Clinks just dies to the Radiance in the Wraith Fire Blast.
There was a sentry ward and he was very low.
He was not prepared for that sentry ward. Sonagod is just going to walk away. They have nowhere to TP into. That shrine is property of the Dire team. Property of Polar Ass.
Like, this Clink's just having a very rough game.
Huh, look at the quick buy of the Witch Doctor. What's the idea there?
I don't know, but I will say Artorius is a crazy guy.
Is that just like anti-invoker tech? Like I have Arcane Ring, I have Energy Booster Boots, I just pop the Arcane Boots, I pop the Arcane Ring, and then my team is mana? Like, is that the actual idea there? That's actually crazy.
I have no idea.
I don't know if it's good, but it's certainly crazy.
Dire in Roshan, though. It looks like Radiant might know.
There's a Wraith King, though, and they are helping with that Solar Crest, so... They need to go fast if they're going to go. PMA might be the man. Looking to man fight. Is currently silenced, however. Needs help. Tornado is in onto 2. Serpent Wards are dropped as well. PMA barely gets the ultimate off, but it is still under that Soulbind. Mark ulti is there. Terrorize is once again onto 2. Sonagod still not dead just yet, but will pop the Reincarnate eventually. Meanwhile, Clinks is being run down by the entirety of Dire team, but the entirety of Radiant team are going to fight up Sonagod. Peripheral will go down, but not ahead of the Sonagod. Has no Reincarnate, down for 30 more seconds. Can they kill him before the backup arrives? Yes, they can! But now, in comes Nika, in comes Whole City. They're looking for PMA. PMA taking so much damage. She has no ultimate. He goes down. Notorious on the run. Notorious is going to go down. In Radiance, they got the big bad man, but they could not get his friends, and CB will also be a casualty. Everybody but this Mars will go down. Only in exchange for the 2 lives of the Wraith King. I guess it means no Roche, though, right? I gotta look at the positives.
I guess so. It was a good start of the fight for the Radiant. A little bit sloppy where Slark got low, but they just took a little bit too long to kill that Wraith King. If they got that quicker, they could have got out, and that would have been a fine trade since their Clinks is pretty low on the net worth side of things.
Either way, though, Sonagod is still dead, actually, so there is still no Roche attempt just yet. I don't think Dire's crazy enough to try that Roche into a Mars with their only Roche-shooting hero being down, so that is good news for them. Or I should say, good news for 5 dudes, but what is bad news is this this economic state. They're not doing well. Down by 12k. Clinks hasn't gotten his item, but he has gotten... When I say his item, I mean literally his one item. He's having a rough time economically currently. His teammates, not too rich either. I mean, oh, but they are smoked though. They want to go. The problem is Dire are also smoked on the supports on the peripheral of the fights.
Dire do know they're there.
In comes the Mars, has the ultimate, pops it onto 2.
BKB
Can he kill
reveal.
Sonagod? The answer is yes, but it will be at the cost of the Reincarnate only. Meanwhile, Dire, they've actually gotten nobody just yet. Sunstrike is there, will not kill Notorious. And now, they're going in with Whole City. They find Notorious. They're looking for more, perhaps. Nobody just yet. Notorious will buy back, and Dire actually are on the run. In comes Mars. Spear is there on the Fatal Uno. However, the Tornado is there onto PMA. EMP is on the floor. Whole City has insult, jumps in, looks for CB, will find CB. He goes down. Looking for PMA. Has the ultimate. Has no BKB on his inventory either. He might escape, actually. And actually, Kalin's on the escape as well, but will get brought down by this Wraith King stun. And now with 2 heroes down, both of them having no buyback, it is time to retreat. Dire, triumphant, into the Roshan pit.
You know, this Mars showed up with that BKB and that ult, and it looked really good, but then you realized all they really did is took away a Wraith King reincarnate. They don't have another way to kill him.
And a Fatal Uno died there, actually, to the Radiant Heroes, but I'm sure they're fine trading Fatal Uno for this Roshan at this point. Whole City, he's in, looking for Artorius. He has that Astral Step, Sunstrike is there, the kill will go to Nika. Artorius, that's a dieback technically, he's now down for 67 seconds. And it's high ground time, right?
Yeah, they do have Aegis on Nika instead of the Wraith King.
This makes
so
sense.
We'll have to see how this goes. However, Invoker's quite low on mana, so he's probably hoping to get a big EMP combo off here.
I think it makes a lot of sense, though. They've been going on Nika a lot with that Mars ulti, so now if Beast of the US East goes for the solo kill onto Nika as he has done, well, it's to no effect. Skeletons
However,
on the
Skeletons
defense.
are now up.
They are there. They are defending. There's a couple extra sentinels and sentries to guard against that Dire onslaught. And Dire actually retreats. They say, you know what? Screw it. We can wait. Wait for a pick-off, wait for opportunity. No
I think
need
they're
to
waiting
overdo it.
for this. They're waiting for this Assault Cuirass on Sunday God.
He's
He almost
quite
has it,
close. We'll have it quite soon, actually. Peripheral, Neff. He's on the run from Fatal Uno. Has a double damage rune. In comes Whole City with that gem, though. So now we have a bit of a fight breaking out. Sunstrike is there. Klink's taking a lot of damage. He will go down, but in comes the Mars. Ulti is there on 2. Spear wasn't the Whole City, but it is resulting in no kills. And now, everybody appears to be okay with running away, but Dire want to go for more. Tornado is there on Nika. Will actually miss BKB regardless of that fact. And now it's a pickoff and a BKB down, and now Dire can go high ground. They say, okay, Mars no ulti, Mars no BKB, Klink's no HP, high ground.
Mars no ulti is a small term here.
Every little bit counts.
That Mindbreaker came in handy there.
It really did.
Yeah, Mars ulti's back up in 15 seconds already, so...
And if they go right now, though, it's still on cooldown. I mean, Dota really is a game of inches, so if you go right here, right now, it's still on cooldown.
Our dank means equal to Dota 2.
They actually, I mean, you posted your proof of your equation in private messages earlier, so I guess they are.
Dank means melt steel beams. Steel beams are measured in width by inches, and Dota's a game of inches. Dank memes equals Dota 2.
Is that going to be your master's thesis one day? Your master's thesis in firefighting school? Like, this is how dank memes work in Dota 2?
Yes, because we have master's thesis.
Now, you can get a master's thesis in fire science. Why not?
No.
I'm sure it's possible, right?
Firefighters are dumb. You know what we call a 40 square foot pit? A 40 square foot pit.
That's not dumb. That's efficient. That's an efficient way to describe a 40 square foot pit.
You know
There's
what we call
no
a three-tier structure.
Three-tier structure. There's no ambiguity there. I like that.
No, it's because we're stupid. They actually took the chemistry program out of the program. They took the chemistry class out of it.
Oh dear. Either way, though, Dire, they are converging over onto Neff. Sunstrike is there, Whole City is there, Son of God's there, and Peripheral is no longer there. BCBO's East is on the run, has that BKB, has no ulti though, did use it on Heroes, is now fighting, will simply TP away. Notorious is cold snapped, is on the run, in comes Whole City once again, and Notorious once again will go down. And Dire finally found the opportunity for high ground and say, you know what, okay, 2 heroes, once again dead, we still have Aegis for what, like a minute? Yeah, about a minute. And with that Alacrity Wraith King, with that Solar Crest as well, it's just simply too much damage. And they head on over for 2. Big Bad Wraith King is hitting.
This Mars needs to hold his ult for team fights because it's their only team fight spell, and they're struggling.
Oh God, CB! He died so fast.
Yeah.
And now once again, go from that's gonna be a dieback. He did not learn from his mistakes. Instantly gets eviscerated by this exact same heroes that killed him last time. And now the racks are once again dead. 2 racks are down. CB is down for an entire minute, and they might just go for Mega. They might even go for the GG push. In comes Sonagod. He's on the Slark. In comes Whole City. Slowbound is there. and it keeps them all in place. Huge cataclysm from Nika kills Artorius. PMA on the run. PMA is going to go down. They're fighting BCWs East. The BKB is popped, but the GG is popped. Whew. Disastrous game for any fans of the 5 average dudes. What went so wrong? Because a lot went wrong there. What were the key issues there? It felt like the draft was fine. I mean, what was wrong in the early game?
I think Polar Ash just won their brawls. 5 average dudes always seem to lack a few numbers in those brawls. And then at the end of the day, the Dire just had better team fight. And the Clinks never really was able to get an item. He's a bit of a snowball hero. He never really killed anyone, so trying to farm on Clinks, he's not going to be able to keep up.
And then you're good to join me for the drafted game too, right? Because you're at your scrim's at 9, correct?
Yeah, I can join in for the draft.
Yeah, just be here for the draft. I don't need you as much for the rest of the game, but for the draft, that's the exact point where I definitely need you. So it's the one very difficult part with solo casting is when there's literally nothing happening, you know? And generally speaking, we've seen this sort of like directionality in Dota where stuff has been happening a lot. There's not much downtime in the action. With one major exception. A lot of downtime in the draft. And there's not a very large Venn diagram between people who can like actually, both actually want to and actually can play cast with hype, and can analyze the draft properly. The Venn diagram is very, very tiny. It's basically capitalist. This is a Venn diagram of one person. Either way, the lobby is up. You're in it. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go.
Don't know if I want to be in it, but I'm in it.
Do you want to do anything in Dota 2, though? That's the question.
No, I'm washed. I'm a 3K player who bought a 7K account, and no one believes me. They call me a bad 7K player, but in fact, I'm just a really good 3K player.
I mean, it's just I noticed this a lot with a lot of players on your team, so that's a bit of a non sequitur. I've seen a lot of players on tacos have this like constant underdog mentality. You know, you, Snow, Tint, even this constant like underdog mentality of everybody doubts me.
I mean, you literally every single game will have like a 5 or 7K net worth advantage at 20 minutes, and you're like, this is a very sloppy game.
So I have high expectations. If you guys haven't killed the throne at minute 22, it's a sloppy game in my opinion.
We're like middle of the pack MMR wise here.
So I have high expectations. You guys are all like, Badger's a taco doubter. He does not believe in the tacos at all. But that's why I'm proving I believe so much. Anytime you guys don't steamroll the game, I am concerned, you know? That's how much a believer I am.
Steamroll the game.
Why is that?
I have a one-word answer.
Oh, that's
Snow.
Oh. that's great.
You know I have to flame Snow at least once per series.
That's fair. It's a good place to do it. You have a somewhat larger than usual audience to flame Snow too. You know, instead of like a 6-person voice call, you've got a 15-person audience, 16 if you include yours truly.
You know, I forgot to open up the stream again.
It's okay. We've only missed
Dumb.
Birdsman backing up. Birdman was backing up your flame of me on CS:GO. And I'm like, my counter response was, Artorius bottom frag sometimes too. And Birdman was like, Artorius got second frag on a map once. I've gotten second frag. I've second fragged the map a few times. It doesn't mean anything. We see trends here. There's Dennis on top. Then
your
Birdman.
trend is going down. Mine is going up.
I had a rough day last day we played. Okay, if we're playing any games later after your scrim, I will turn up. But Dennis on top, Birdman Guam, Mike, and then like an entire pack of just nameless gray faces, and then below that is like Ryan and Pissman.
I don't know, I might just go to bed after my series. I had to wear bunker gear and the SCBA pack for 8 hours today. I'm dead. I feel
Oh,
like
so
an
you're,
old
you're,
man.
you're gonna flame me and not giving you a chance to back it up.
Fine, I'll
That's
do
classic.
it.
That's
I
classic.
will suffer, so that you don't think I'm backing up.
Well, watch me bottom frag anyways. Nah, I'd be karma,
Alright.
I'm sure.
I just checked the chat, and Snow is not in it, so he didn't hear the flame, and I therefore will not get picked Venomancer in tonight's stream.
Is that like your worst case scenario? It's like, Burke, if you flame me one more time, I swear to God, I'll pick you Venom 4. Is that a threat he holds over you?
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
At least.
Either way, though, we are having some difficulties in terms of the. Okay, there we go. Fiddle Uno is there. They have finished discussing game 1, so they were singing. I have some fun ahead of me later. Either way, though, we are going to see Fiber Judes will once again have second pick, I believe. They had a game 1, right? Or no, they didn't. I think Polar Ass had second pick game 1. So we're seeing 5 average dudes take their shot at second pick, and we will see Polar Ass take Radiant instead. Yeah. Detours. Alright, here we go. We are into Dota 2 once again. Put up a question. Bam. Alright, we are here. It is once again Dota 2 time. Players coming into lobby. Would you expect too much different draft-wise, or just similar philosophy for both teams here? Burke. Artorius. You there, buddy? Oh, I see the issue. Alright, we figured out the issue. It's Artorius is the issue, apparently. Yeah, he will be back at some point, I'm sure. I might have to stream the draft to him on Discord, perhaps? Let me just see if there's any updates on that one. Alright, we have no updates currently. He is currently out. If they did not kick him from the lobby, then they have made a mistake. I told them to kick Artorius, and they did not kick Artorius. Alright, so it turns out it was not him that flipped the breaker, it was someone else. Alright, they appear to not be kicking Artorius from the lobby. And we're going to once again run the exact same... Oh, there we go, we did it. We have done it. We have solved our tech issues caused by League of Lads admin Artorius. Yeah, there we go, we're good. Well, all is well. We are in the lobby. I'm going to see if I can stream the draft to Artorius so I can get some extra draft analysis. I'll give him an ETA to see how he's doing on that one, but if he does not come back, I'll be here regardless. If you're wondering what the records of the two teams are, they are on the screen currently. We got Fibers Dudes after that game 1. Oh. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me just share my screen with you. There we go. We're seeing Meepo and Techies bands from Polar Ass. That's interesting. That is very interesting, actually. Anything in the okay, there's nothing in the actual lobby all chat, so that's interesting, but we are seeing a bit of a throwaway on those Radiant bands, allowing some of these meta heroes to go through. I think Puck was one of their first phase bands last game. I'm going to look that up right now while I have the chance, while we're in this bit of a lull in the draft. Yeah, the first phase bands last game were OD and Puck by Polar Ass, so both OD and Puck are available if they want either of the two. Am I being rejoined by the Artorius today?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, very cool. Oh, actually, I guess there's nothing to really analyze. It's just reserve time being used.
Yeah, it's just a fan base. So.
Yeah, they're using a lot of reserve time. An unusually high quantity of reserve. I mean, they're down over half their reserve time in this first pick. I'm not sure if there's no way they're random. They're gonna random every hero, right? There's no way, right? Would they do this? Would they random every pick?
I don't know, maybe.
Because this is a lot of reserve time. If any team in Lads would do it, it probably would be this team, right? Maybe Banana Hammock, but Banana Hammock, given the opportunity, instead of going for randoms in their draft, they just went for 5 meter hammers. This is happening, isn't it?
I think so.
Alright, they're just waiting. They're going to, I think they randomed the hero. What do they random? They randomed Broodmother. That's, not an ideal hero to random. That's gotta not be the right hero to go for, right?
Well, it was a random, so.
I just mean in general, philosophically, just picking a random hero might not be preferable to literally anything else. Is this actually going to happen? Oh, let's just go
looks like
this
it.
over here. Bam. I mean, that's seems about right? Picking Dark Willow here?
Not anymore.
This cannot be a good idea, right? Are they that ready to just clown around this game? Dear God. I mean, we've seen a number of very clowny Lads games this season. You were there with me for the 5 meter hammer game, right?
Yeah, I was there.
For those who are curious on context, Banana Hammock literally went 5 meter hammers on all 5 of their heroes. And I thought for a second that was going to be the clowniest game of Lads. But that was also by a team that was like 1-15. They were out of it for the season. This is Polar Ass, who are literally 11-6. This is okay. Dyer are not happy with this turn of events. PMA does not want to be here. He's saying, all right, they've just random their heroes. They clearly have no respect for the process, no respect for us as a team. So I'm very curious as to what ends up happening here, because this is unbelievable. Like, you just don't see this. This is wow. We're gonna be in for a correction. I'm going to be in for a treat because he'll be gone in like 10 minutes. But
yeah,
Oh, dear God. Do I want to be here for this? Is this something I want to be processed to? This is going to be like the clowniest game of Dota I've watched in a very long time. Dear God. I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for this. I genuinely don't know.
I had to deal with 6 meteor hammers, and now I have to deal with random picks.
I mean, the 6 meteor hammers was out there, but if we're comparing, like, 6 meteor hammers, like a sort of strat, it's out there enough. It's at the moon. This is so far out there. We're like out in like Neptune or something. It's past the asteroid belt. It's past most of these. This is unbelievable. This is going to be. I lack words. When do I ever lack words? This is unbelievable. Wow. This is actually going to happen. We're going to be seeing a full 5-man random draft from Polar Ass. They've randomed Zeus. So I guess they're running Zeus Will support, Broodmother 3, Shadow Fiend middle here? Is that going to be the idea?
Yes, I don't know what the fuck their last pick's gonna be, so...
Well, we don't know. 5 average dudes don't know. Polar Ass doesn't know what they're gonna pick. Maybe Sonic God will try to convince them, like, hey, pick a real fucking hero. Like, pick a carry hero for me. Let me carry this Dota game. You're making it hard enough for me, but... Wow, this is unbelievable. And for 5 dudes, you have to win this game, right? You have to win this Dota game. If you do not win this Dota game... Whew. I'm ready for it. I am ready for some Dota 2. I don't know what I'm going to expect just yet, because this is going to be... I mean, this is basically unprecedented outside of anything above, like, 2K. And this is going to be in what is approaching a 6K average lobby, if not actually at a 6K average lobby. So this is going to be...
All I can say is if
unique.
I was on 5 average dudes, and I was playing Skywrath, I would hope that I was level 25 Skywrath, and every single time I killed someone, I would just spam from the ghastly Eerie. I can see
to the ends of the earth. And from this vantage point, I can see with utter certainty that this one's in the bag.
I would just spam it every single time someone died, missed the last hit, whatever.
I mean, we mentioned chat lines last game, and I might have set a new line after the advancements we've seen from the draft here. I mean, I should move the line to like 300. That's actually not a terrible last random. I mean, that's a carry hero you can run carry, I guess. Run Marana as like a 2-roll safe laner, Shadow Fiend 1-roll middle laner maybe. Go Broodmother 3, Zeus 4, the Will 5.
You want to know the ultimate counter BM?
What would that be?
When, if 5 average dudes wins the game, if CD uses the chat line shocking, and they don't say anything else.
Oh God. Okay, so we are here for Defense of the Ancients 2. If we can call... I mean, all things considered, they could have ran in the much worse comp than this. Obviously, first picking a Broodmother into an Alchemist Lich lane is going to be a very bad time for Whole City. Other than
I
that...
bet you right now he's screaming that he wants the Marana, but Sunday God was probably like,
No,
you.
It's probably Whole City's idea, too, to do this shit, so...
Yeah, Sunday God's probably sitting there like, screw you, this was your idea, I want no part of this, give me a goddamn carry hero.
Hey man, Broodmother has a huge damage buff on her ultimate, man. It's a carry hero. Just buy Battle Fury, man. You can do it on every other hero.
Dude, all I can remember is on Sunday God's stream, I forget what game it was, but Nika was just sitting on the high ground yelling help, and it was hilarious. I think it was help. It might have been no, I don't know, but he was just screaming something in the background, and it was fantastic. It was the best clip I've ever seen.
You know what? This game probably doesn't deserve a serious cast, but I'm going to pretend, just for fun, that this atrocity that Polar Ass have presented on the plate today is top Michelin-starred cuisine, and we've got a real drafter. Because This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, possibly. I mean, I'm...
You know what I'm doing
This is
if I'm
something else.
alchemist in this game?
Farm creeps.
I'm buying E-Blade Dagon.
Oh, God,
The blink in and murder someone. If you give everyone ags, you get spell amp.
You do get... What, is it 5% per ags, I believe?
Yeah, it's something bad.
We can check this. We have the technology. It is... doesn't tell me. Great.
It gives spell amplification.
Just tells me spell it. Doesn't mean anything.
Congratulations.
So thank you, Val, for helping me. Oh God, we're gonna be in for a real session of Dota 2 here. Is the best way to describe it. For those who are not mentally prepared, I highly advise you mentally prepare yourself for action. That is the antithesis of what you often see in League of Legends action. We're seeing a solo safe lane Brood who might just die here for first blood, is being hit up by Beast of US East. Fissure is there. They actually will not kill whole city, but this man is very injured.
If I'm a whole city, I'm running to tier 2 tower right now.
Yeah, let's get the extra regen in. He's so sad, though. He is not going to have a good game, I don't think. I mean, he's leaning into literally Earthshaker Tiny. Top lane, they are arrowing the Artorius. This will be a first blood, actually, so a good start for the all random draft. They are 3-man, 4-man tipping the 5-man tipping the Okay, one of them from CB, but still, that is a 7-man tip on Artorius.
Oh my
Dear
God.
God.
Notorious is rich.
So many Dota Plus yards.
I've never seen this man so farmed.
Oh dear Lord, this is going to be this is gonna be fun.
They're trying to tri-lane alchemist.
I mean, might as well. They have a ranged hero, they have a second ranged hero, they even have a third ranged hero. So if you're gonna try lane alchemist, this might just work.
Can you really tri-lane into a shaker though? He's just gonna fissure block the lane, and alchemist is gonna farm under tower.
I think all three of these lanes are bad for for Polaris. So just as to expect, considering it's a fissure there on 3. Good start to the game. They actually are doing some damage to PMA. PMA is going to inevitably be fine here. He will have to tangle up there, but maybe take up the salve of PMA.
Mana, though.
They're now hitting Fatal Uno. There is another fissure there in 2 if they want to kill Fatal Uno, but there is another set of roots being put on the ground. Arrow missed by Sonagod means there will be no kills just yet. Another 3-man fissure from CB. Frostblast is there onto 2 as well, so... I mean, these heroes are grouping very, very close together and taking a lot of AoE damage from spells. Middle lane, probably will head over in Kunkka Slayer, but SF will farm. Bottom lane, we'll head in Tiny Saber, obviously, so I'm just going to focus on top lane, because these side lanes, honestly, I don't care about them. I want to watch this tri lane. Haven't casted tri lane v tri lane in this kind of capacity in a long time, so I'm excited for it. They are trying to go on the Artorius. They do miss the root on him. There's a 2-man fissure. Will draw away any of the Polar Ass heroes. The Artorius taking a good bit of damage, but he will just salve up. Dear Lord. Wonder if Sonic God's going to build this game. That's a question of the day. Is magic damage, right-click damage? Probably magic damage, right? Either way, though, Arrow is there on PMA. There's going to be a Lightning Bolt fallout from Cello Mello. Is there a root? The answer is it will actually hit. And they kill PMA. They go to the Lich. Fissure is there onto all 3, but Lich will go down double kill for Sonagod. And they might just win this game, actually.
I mean, this is when they're going to be the strongest. They have 3 support heroes.
I mean, they're off to a good start. You gotta at least... I mean, if you're off to a bad start this game, they're certainly not going to win it, so... This is the start they need if they desire to win with the unconventional strategy they have. Fissure is there on 2, and Cello might just die here. Never mind, a good root there from Fatal Uno will result in Cello being alive. Fatal Uno still fighting Notorious. Arrow is there onto this Lich. Is there a turn? Lightning Bolt is there. Extra damage is there. Leap in from Sonagod. Will be 1-for-1 trade so far, and... Yeah, 5-ers dudes are on the board. They will tip Fatal Uno. And Neff is doing a pretty good job middle lane so far, but he's not fighting the Shadow Fiends. He is in. This might be a fight to the death, actually. There is a raise there in 3 from SF. Will he get in time? The answer is yes. He will kill this Kunkka. Solo kill for Nika.
He kind of got himself into a bad position. If he walked away, he would have just been triple raised and died.
Yeah, this is very, very unfortunate for him. I mean, you have no option. You can't just run away. So you're trying to fight, but you can't win the fight. So it's a very rough day for 5 average dudes. I mean, you'd certainly hope you'd be winning these side lanes, and they certainly are winning the one in the bottom lane from the looks of things. But I'm sure that CS number is inflated by the Spiderlings and Spider rates of Whole City. Back to top lane. I think that they're going on PMA. Yeah, the arrow is there. Is a lightning bolt on cooldown. Root will miss, but it will force PMA to the left. Arrow will completely miss. Shaker is on the way, but they might just kill PMA before that. Lich is rooted up. In comes Shaker. Fissure will block all 3 away. Never mind, only will block 2 away, but they will actually stun all 3. Now they're headed to Fatal Uno. Frost Armor doing a lot of damage. Down goes Fatal Uno, so he's now dead. Now they're trading with Notorious, taking a good bit of damage. Sonagot is also on the run, though, so we are seeing, as Artorius predicted, the shocking line in the chat, so we have confirmed that CB is ready to use the shocking voice line, which is certainly good for fans of bad manners. Either way, it's time for another fight. Runes are spawning, so we're going to certainly see something of value occur here. Lich dodges the arrow. In comes Fissure. Will stun up 2, but the rune will go to this Lich. Notorious will go down. Is there a counter? There will be a counter kill from CB onto Cello. Now he's looking for these runes, and will grab this one over here, but might just die for it. Nika is there, but Nika actually has no raises. There's a Bramble Maze available in just 2 seconds. But it will not be in range, it appears, or it will be barely in range. We'll hit on CB. Kill will go to Fatal Uno, and it is 7-3 on the board currently. It's... I mean, if we thought last game was a bloodbath, this one is going to be an absolute Aztec orgy at this point. It's going to be an absolute festival of blood constantly in this top lane.
It's an interesting choice of words.
I'll agree with you on that one, yeah. I was just thinking of things that have blood in them, and I'm like, yeah.
I think you could have thought of multiple different things that don't include the words orgy.
This game deserves those words, Artorius. This game deserves an absolute butchering of the English language, I'm sure. Okay, so CB has a Fissure available. We'll not get it just yet. We'll be Curse Crown stunned eventually. In comes Nika with that haste rune. Little double raise combo CB, and will get that kill. He's on a killing spree and is now looking for PMA, has that long range raise, will hit a double kill for Nika. He's absolutely dominating with that double kill. And bottom lane, Mr. Beast of US East will get a solo kill onto Whole City. It was relatively inevitable, and he does finally find it. And now all these Alchemist stacks, they are now the ill-gotten gains of the Radiant. They grab this stack over here, so it's not a great start so far for any fans of your 5 average dudes. Despite having the Alchemist, they are down by 1k net worth. As expected, he is struggling in that tri-lane v tri-lane activity. And they are still keeping supports up in this area, so they might just go for more kills. The Shaker's currently middle lane, so there is no Fissure to save the Alchemist, which has been the main tool to save him so far, so... Jesus. Alright, Cello will get the D word on that sentry, but he will take a little bit of damage for it. He's being chased down by this Frost Armored creep, but... Frost Shielded creep, I should say, but he'll be fine. Just taking a wee bit of damage. Middle lane, Peripheral, and CB are headed for Nika. Fissure is there. Neff will grab that kill. And for those who are curious, I have been told to call Peripheral Neff. I remember sometimes. So that might explain the discrepancy. And they might just find Fatal Uno as well, but he is hidden in those trees, so maybe that's going to lead to experience.
That is a big kill, however. Nico is having a really good game, and they do need to shut him down, because he's probably the one hero that can win them the game.
Yeah, for sure. Fatal Uno, fighting with Notorious. Are there spells? Despite an arcane rune, there are no spells. Meanwhile, Whole City, as he has through a lot of laning phase, being comboed down by Tiny. This time, not killing him. Well, the funny part is I have barely watched this bottom lane, but I know exactly what's going on there. You can look at the last hits. You see Tiny, it's 110 last hits almost. This is unbelievable. I mean, it's obviously inflated by the spiderlings, but that's the sort of thing you, like, pick a screenshot out of context, send to your friends, like, hey, I got 112 last hits at minute 8 in the 6K average league. Like, what up now, haters? Like, I'm sure if this was Snow, he would absolutely screenshot that and post it at you constantly, right?
Do you just, instead of rushing a blink, just go like some carry build and just like try and own them?
I'm sure you do, actually. You might as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you have a free lane.
There's a Fisher there on the shell. He'll go down. Yeah, another kill there for Kunkka. Yeah, CB, good Fisher so far this game. Maybe he goes Blink into like Echo on Tiny this game. It wouldn't shock me if he does that. I think it's a nice little. Maybe we'll go on Fatal Uno. No kill though. No toss onto the Willow herself. And there will be no dive just yet. What is PMA up to? He's doing some farming. Let's go over from this little last-hit chart with 118 for Tiny. We have 4,700 for the SF, so he's off to a lead. But then it's all like Dark Horse behind him. Meanwhile, Tiny is being gone on Beast of US East. Might just go down for the first time this game. Is stunned up by the Curse Crown. Is being right-clicked down by the Zeus, by the everybody, and it's a dead. It's a dead man. She gets a lot of damage off. Kenny Kill almost got Fatal Uno, but no kill. He did his best, but 3v1, hard time to stay alive, so. What is Sonagod buying? He's got a, he's got a Javelin, so he's going Maelstrom into BKB, that makes sense. Oh, Yule's just arrived for Nika, however, also it's a Kunkka, Boat X Mark is there, Artorius is on the run, is still alive, in comes Peripheral. He's got the Torrent in one, trying to chase Nika, but there's also a Fatal Uno in the area. Everybody will be okay. Except for maybe Zeus. Maybe Chalamello's dead, actually. Chalamello just gets absolutely demolished there by those right clicks. Now, Kunkka actually is low, but there is only 2 raises. Actually not in range for Nika. Fissure. Another good fissure for CB. X-Mark once again there, but there will be nobody else dying. It will be simply a saving of this, this Kunkka player, Mr. Neff over here. Alright. I mean, for 5 dudes, they're probably just going to snowball at this point, right? Unless Nika can completely take over this game.
Yeah, the problem is, the one thing that can really, like, pressure this Alchemist too hard, I guess, unless he dies like
that would do it, but...
yeah, but is this Yule Scepter on the SF, but the problem is he already used that ult earlier on the Lich and didn't manage to get the kill. So whenever he uses that, the Elk can play a little bit more aggressively. Obviously not too aggressively.
Is CB dead? Question of the day. Answer is yes. Actually, he dodged that up with the uphill mishands there. He actually... No, he's still going to die to that urn. Artorius looked for a Chain Frost, could not find it. Not looking for a neutral deny. Did find that one, though, so that's some good news, but... Still, I mean, it is 2 deaths for nothing, unfortunately, so... Not a great situation for the supports of 5 average dudes. Once again dying. But you know, sometimes you die when you play Dota 2, so... It just happens.
You know, your Tiny's having a fun game when he has higher net worth than the Elk.
Yeah, I mean, it's this man, it's Mr. Beast of US East, certainly living on the name right now. He is currently a beast on the US East server, so I mean, he's just...
He already has his Blink Dagger
yeah,
at
minute
12
minutes. Dear God.
He has a Soul Ring, a Wand, a Bracer, Treads, and a Blink. This man is unstoppable.
Yeah! He might try to kill Whole City once again, but Whole City is a hood, so it won't be that easy anymore. He even pops the hood. He's like, you know what? I'm not risking this. You're not killing me. I have spiders, so I'm good. He's gonna buy a pipe to keep his little spiders alive, being a good broodmother.
Hall should be careful. There is a rotation coming in from Kunkka, but it gets spotted by the
yeah, simply keep these away. Stun's on cooldown for this Torrent. Not in time, I believe. Yeah, it is not in time.
Blink now finished on this Tiny. It's in his inventory.
Yep, it is ready. It is online. It is ready to go. Might look for one of the supports. Or
I
middle
think
lane.
he either needs to go on Nika here or go defend that top tower.
Top tower certainly in need of defense. I mean, Sonagod is there. He is hitting it. However, they might just look middle instead. Never mind. No middle just yet. Actually, I think they actually they already went on Nika, didn't they?
Yeah, he did try.
He did try. Apparently my
Yeah,
brain did not
now
recognize
he's
those happening.
rotating to this top lane.
Yeah, they are now going on CB.
Oh,
Leaps are
no,
in,
no,
but
no,
oh
no.
god, Shadow's dead. Echo. Very interesting Echo usage there by CB, but I mean they secured the kill on Shallow, so I guess that is second.
No, it was not interesting. It was a Chad play. He knew what he was doing.
Speaking of Chad plays, Beast of US East
Oh,
now
fuck.
kills Sonagod. It's a dominating spree taken. That's
This man is angry or determined, and I don't know which
Yeah.
one it is.
I'm sure they're a bit they're certainly disrespected with the draft of Polar Ass, so I'm sure they want to get I'm sure they want to get this win. And Tiny, if needed, will put the entire team on his back. Could not find Fatal Uno this time. Chain Frost is there, doing a bit of damage. Nika actually
Oh.
dropping quite low.
Oh, that's an
Pop the
unfortunate bounce.
Yules. And the bounces will go away. Notorious
That was a
eventually going down
fortunate
there.
one, but it didn't work.
Yeah, Nika's still alive. Unfortunate for the Dire. Arrow. Will miss on Tiny, but he cannot blink. In comes the X mark. In comes the boat. In comes a dead Fatal Uno, perhaps. Never mind, he's still alive. Beast of Duos, he should be able to escape here, but Fatal Uno certainly not able to.
If they had detection, he could even turn on Sunny here.
They see him now. He just gave his position away. The Moonlight Shadow is up for another 5 seconds, though, so it will be a bit of a blind chase. However, with that fissure, it will be enough. Yeah, there will be a kill there onto Sonagod, so...
Fortunately, got a little bit greedy there, wanting to snipe that courier.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the clear, but, you know, sometimes you want to have some fun. Kill some couriers. Become the, slayer of chickens, but this time... I mean, he was expecting only the Tiny to be there, but... Tiny
However,
certainly wasn't alone.
This is the problem with randoming 5 heroes into an alchemist, is you have no one to pressure him. And he is now slowly taking the net worth lead.
Yeah, slow is pretty accurate, but I mean, he is getting there. He's already 2k ahead of Nika, and that's not going to slow down anytime soon. I mean, it's S and Y is almost finished, so he'll just keep on farming creeps. And you have to say, at eventually some point, we'll have enough farm to just win. Don't know when that point is, don't know if Polar Ass can stop that point from occurring, but certainly possible. They are certainly building the items to possibly burst him. They have the burst combo on SF, so maybe like an Arcane Blink into Abyssal, into combo type thing might happen, but yeah, Tiny's once again searching. He'll probably pay for it, though. There's the arrow. There's the huge Requiem from Nika, and the kill will go to Sonagod.
He might have gotten that kill on Sunny God, but unfortunately, his force attack hit a creep.
That's just Dota 2 for you. Fatal Uno trying not to die here. Not that currently, meanwhile, whole city trying not to die.
I should probably try not to feed his
You're trying not to feed. That amount of Spiderlings is like, what, 600 gold for the Alchemist, probably? That's a lot of gold.
Alright, I think I have to leave. The draft is literally starting in my screen.
Alright,
And I'm not
I
there
understand. I knew this coming into this this cast. I appreciate you coming here for not only Game 1, but for the probably more interesting part of Game 2. Sure, I'll see you for another cast at some point. And obviously, good luck on the rest of your season, Artorius.
Alright, thank you. You'll have to DM me the outcome of this game.
I think you already know what the outcome's going to be. Oh god, the gold! The gold is here! Oh, I didn't get more hits there. That's so much gold for PMA.
Oh, he's getting another one.
Alright, Tiny arrived. Tiny. Oh, they're piped, actually. And they're now going on Whole City. He's so dead on Whole City. Despite his best efforts to stay alive from that pipe, he's just eventually going to get run down, right? There's no way he escapes this. Yeah, he will end up dying. Middle lane? Artorius? Absolutely dead. Throws out Chain Frost.
Alright, well, peace out.
See you, man. Have a good one. Okay. So we are alone for the remainder of this. What do I even call this? Some kind of like Barnum Ringling Circus production of a clown show. This is going to be interesting because at this point, Firewood's dudes, their draft is coming online because, you know, they had a draft. And for Polar Ass, they're going to need to address some questions in terms of how are they actually going to deal with the Alchemist? How are they going to actually kill these tanky strength heroes? We can kill maybe one with the Shadow Fiend, but there's more than one target this game, it appears. The economic situation we saw last game, where Firewood's dudes simply got destroyed in the lanes, simply... Oh, Cello! Oh, God. Now I've seen this happen a lot, where the supports from the Radiant are simply being basically one-shot. There's going to be a boat top lane looking for Nika. Xmark will bring him back with the Torrent. There is a Terrorize, however, so everybody should be okay on that part of the fight, but the problem is Tiny has arrived. Once again kills Sonagod. Fatal Uno's trying to fight, but to what effect? They might kill Artorius, but they can't even kill this Lich. Fatal Uno goes down. Triple kill for the Beast of US East, who certainly is, once again, as I have said earlier in the cast, living up to that name. He is a bit out of control this game, making space for PMA, who actually is being gone on middle lane. Requiem is there. Can they get a kill? They bring the Alchemist back. Double raise combo is there. However, Cello does not have enough damage. In comes Nika, has another raise, but that is the kill they needed. That would have been the very important kill there onto PMA. They could not find it, so PMA will return to his regularly scheduled agriculture and just get more items. Might just go here onto this whole city bottom. The spiders, they're already damaged. The pipe is there. Fissure will hit on the actual main brood. In top lane, we might see a fight here. Xmark actually did kill this Tiny. This Tiny is dead. They're looking for Kunkka. Yeah, whole city's fine, so back over to top lane. They're looking for this Kunkka. He has popped once again the boat. Has a BKB, has TP if he wants to leave. I don't think he wants to leave, actually. Looks like everyone's good top. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're going back on the whole city. CB is there, did blink onto him with that Echo Slam, and they will try to kill Brood. They need more hits, they cannot find it. Meanwhile, back to top lane. They're once again fighting this Kunkka. Lich is still there. Raze, Inconceivable Uno with that Shadow Realm damage. Cursed Crown is there, looking for this Lich. Blink in from Nika, looking for Lich, has Lich. And he has an arrow there from Sonagod onto the Kunkka. Can they kill Kunkka? The answer is certainly, and now whole city's full HP bottom lane. That fight down bottom's completely over. Meanwhile, the fight top lane did not go well for 5 average dudes. They lost 3 heroes over an extended period of time, so not a great state of the game for them in terms of those fights, but in comes Tiny looking for Cello. Certainly will kill Cello, but can he get more? He looked for Nika, could not find him, but now Radiant, they are on the retreat. Fissure is there on Fatal Uno. There is an urn currently canceling that blink. But Fatal Uno probably will just get chased here. There's a... Yeah, they put the tiny toss with the shaker into there. But the Terrorize from Fatal Uno might just keep him alive. Yeah, he'll be fine. Curious as to what Sonagod's up to right now. Probably just farming. Trying to do his best on Mirana currently, because we've seen in a lot of these fights this Tiny can just destroy Mirana in the fights. Can simply one-shot him with that combo, so it's going to be a rough time for him to do much. There's a scouting ulti from Cello Mello. Dika does have the Requiem, but it's going to be a very hard jump there into these heroes. Arrow only hits Roshan. There's a blink in from Tiny looking for somebody. Does not get Fatal Uno, does not get Sonagod. Sonagod does leap away, and now they're headed to Tiny. Blink in from Nika with that Yule's combo, but there's not enough follow-up. As that happens, whole city is fighting the Kunkka bottom lane, but there will be no kills there. Back to Roshan, though. Roshan is dropping very low. Roshan is going to go down. Aegis will go to PMA, so looks like for Firewood's dudes, they have to be content with that one. They got everything they wanted. They got the Roshan, and they defended their bottom tower. Though Kunkka actually is dying. There's the next mark. There is a boat combo. Can they kill whole city? They're going to try. They are TPing in heroes. PMA is there, trailing up that stun. They might try to kill him here, and over towards the sort of the tower area, they are trying to fight around this Tiny. There's a gaze in onto Nika. Whole city has TP away, so he'll be fine. Arrow is there, hits on Beast of US East, he'll go down. They kill Artorius as well. There's 2 kills from the Radiants onto what was an extremely split up Dire team. They had a few heroes over here, had a hero over here, had 2 heroes over here, 2 heroes over here, fought a 4v2, did not go well for them, obviously. Once again, nice kills there, killing this Tiny, slowing down his momentum. And now, they're just going to once again return to farming on this farming on this Alchemist. He is currently 17,000 net worth, coming up on 18,000, working on that Assault Cuirass. Probably will buy Ags for his teammates at some point in this game. There are some very good Ag Interceptors. Obviously, Shakers is nice to have, which is, you know, lots of bounces on Chain Frost could come in handy. Never mind, actually, it's an AoE Sinister Gaze. Forgot what the, I forgot what the Aghanim's did on that hero. Regardless, we'll be nice to have an AoE Sinister Gaze this game as well. Big one, though, might be on this Kunkka with that Torrent Storm. A lot of AoE control for these team fights. They have, somewhat degenerated this game into drawn-out large engagements. So having a lot of large Torrent Storm stuns might just come in handy. However, they are looking for Nika. The stun combo is their fissure as well. Can they find him? The answer is certainly. I don't need to be so inquisitive there. I don't need to ask, can they find Nika? It's kind of a foregone conclusion. I just like I like making a narrative sometimes, you know. Like keeping things interesting. Not assuming Shadow Fiend's going to die in a 1v5 engagement. Echo is there from CB. So much damage to the whole city. In comes the fissure. In comes this Kunkka. Whole city probably going. Yeah, he will die to this torrent. And the right clicks from CB. Huge blink Echo from. It was just so much damage from the Shaker. Whole city now dead. And the barracks are now being sieged. Tiny and Alk, they are hitting. They're backed up by this Lich. Zeus still not there. Probably not really needed. They will dodge that arrow once again. They're headed to the tower. It goes down. Will they retreat? PMA actually on the run. Says, you know what? Nika is respawning. Don't want to die at that Requiem combo just yet, even though he is lacking souls currently. But they're playing it safe. They say, you know what? We believe in our draft, which is an actual coherent set of 5 heroes, versus Polar Ass and what they have thrown at us. We certainly don't want to lose this game, because losing this game would be very embarrassing, so we'll play it smart. We won't give them the relief of a quick defeat. We will drag this out. We will fully farm the Alchemist. We will fully get them to need this Tiny and this Kunkka. We'll make sure we secure this win. They will once again grab that outer tier 2 tower bottom lane, so we'll be a dead tower there. Oh dear God, this is 10,000 net worth for the Dire. 10,000. PMA said, you know what? Actually, we don't need to delay this. I can go on the barracks. I have the Chemical Rage. I can head on these Nillyrex. We're gonna make Polar Ass actually fight into us. Obviously, the Aegis is still there. The BKB 10 seconds is still there, so it's not going to be an easy time killing this Alchemist multiple times. And the Assault Cuirass has arrived as well, and obviously that'll go in the inventory now. They say, you know what, we don't need to blink. Arrow. We'll miss. Barracks. Almost dead. Tiny looked for something, could not find it. He actually might just go down here. He has no BKB. He's fighting, trying to kill Nika, and with the boat damage, it actually will kill Nika. He has no buyback. Dead for 60 seconds. PMA pops BKB. He's going in and out, trying not to die here. Kunkka might not be so lucky, is being kited. We'll pop the BKB. He's trying to fight. We'll go out the Fatal Uno. Is there more damage? Yeah, with the Frost Blast from the Artorius, they will get the kill. He's TPing. The BKB ended too early. They did cancel with the Lightning Bolt. And meanwhile, top lane, they once again echoed onto Whole City. And Whole City actually appears to be fine. Fissure will miss actually from CB, and CB might just die here. And Whole City does not go for CB, actually. Okay. PMA's fine, but Whole City probably not. Tiny has arrived. He's using the free pathing. The toss is there. They're trying to chase. Actually has that bullwhip. You know what? PMA? PMA's fine. Back to Whole City. Whole City's still being gone on. Frost Shield is there. They're slowing him up. But with all that free pathing, he is A-okay. Seems to be okay either way. He's very happy he's alive. He says, you know what, doesn't matter if we're losing, I'm having a fun time on Broodmother. Spiderling's once again dead here. He will TP away. Very close to basically the entire Dire team, but simply TPing, not necessarily in front of their faces, but kind of behind their backs in this tree area. Just gonna scan some items real fast. BKB finished, it's good for Sonagod. BKB on Nika somewhat soon. Fatal Uno has a Vessel. Whole City is going for Aghanims. Interesting. Makes sense. Especially with the game, the way they played this game so far. Arrow is there on the Tiny. Can they kill him? They're trying to chase him. Glimmer is there, keeping him alive. Do they chase him down? They do chase him down. Kill go to Fatal Uno. BKB, pop by PMA, fighting Sonagod. Down goes CB. It's a great start to the fight for Polar Ass. PMA trying to man fight, trying to kill Nika. Requiem is there. We'll bring him back, but he still goes down. It's a 2 for 2 so far. Fatal Uno dying. PMA still fighting whole city. Meanwhile, Peripheral is fighting the rest of his team. Zeus ulti is there, but Chillamel will still go down. He's looking for Sonagod, does not find him. Meanwhile, whole city fighting Artorius. Will probably kill him at some point. And Kunkka actually got the cleave! That was a very good cleave there from Neff there. I'm very sad that I missed that. And now PMA re-engages back on the whole city. Stunned him up, but it's not enough damage just yet. The Kunkka is not in range. He was like all the way over here. That had to have been a huge cleave from this Kunkka. That's a long-range cleave. Wow. He was right here. Had to have been a very good cleave there from this Kunkka. Very sad that I missed that, trying to catch the death in that Lich, but wow. It's a good play there from Kunkka. And now, Dire, 5 dudes, once again looking for this tier 2 tower, as basically how the fight started in the first place. PMA now has that Swift Blink. Will simply kill the tier 2 tower. And whole city, he says, you know what, I go very fast now. I have 612 move speed in these webs. I can play this lane well. Problem is, Range Racks still die middle lane. In comes Tiny, looking for Dark Willow. Cannot get him thanks to that Shadow Realm. Might just be isolated here. Pops that BKB, looking for Fatal Uno, does find that kill, and ultimately X Torrent is not necessary. Whole City is back, now in the chase. Boat is there. Will probably end up hitting here on the Whole City. Can they save Tiny? PMA has a stun, is charged up, looking for Cello. Down goes the Beast of US East. PMA has BKB. Will he pop it? Not just yet. He's being very patient. He's fighting 1v4. Pops it now. Trying to manfight Sonagod now. Is there a stun? He will BKB. Whole City looking for this Kunkka. That's a hard fight though. Meanwhile, PMA with a Swift Blink finds Sonagod. Meanwhile, back to Whole City. They're stunning him up. Is there a follow-up stun? Not just yet. He is in those trees. PMA might the self-stun. He will. Whole City is playing with this free pathing with these webs. Port, though, is there. Fissure is there. CB trying to stun him up. Chubbanova will dive to PMA on the side as well, and Whole City goes down. And this is probably a good game. This gold lead getting a bit too insurmountable. Obviously, Zeus, no buyback. Murata, no buyback. Brewmother, no buyback. All 3 are dead. It's only up to Fatal Uno and Nika to defend, and that's a very hard defense. PMA needs one more right click. Will not get it, actually, so Fatal Uno is still alive. They did manage to do that, so perhaps they will fight with 5 to defend the Megas. Or at least fight with 4 to defend the Megas. 5 dudes, up 2 racks. Kunkka still has his, I think, 7-second BKB? Yeah, has a 7-second BKB. Chemical Rage is ending, so they will be on the retreat once again, perhaps for this second Roshan of the game. It's a nice, happy place to get the Aegis, of course. And they are playing in this Radiant Tricamp, so they are certainly set up for it. Yeah, here they go. Into the Roshan pit. They are not playing games here. They are looking to not lose much in this last high ground fight. They will get the Aegis perhaps onto Tiny or Kunkka. Don't think Alchemist really needs it. Either way, we'll see a smoke up, or sorry, Moonlight Shadow up and a smoke up from Fatal at, they're looking for Artorius. They could not find Artorius. Chain Frost is there, doing a lot of damage. Sonagod is fighting, but not doing too much damage. He's Abyssal, but he did BKB. PMA is looking for a stun. Actually, self-stuns almost, only blocked by that BKB. X-Mark is there on Whole City. Boat will hit. Meanwhile, PMA chasing down Sonagod. Can't find the kill. He's Yule's up. Fissure is there onto 2. Fatal Uno goes down. On their end to fight, PMA destroyed by the Requiem combo. Now Whole City. Man fighting up with this Tiny. Can they chase him down? The answer is yes. In comes CB. 3-man Echo. There's a no Fissure though. There's not enough follow-up. The Torrent is there. The Fissure is not the 2, but there are no kills. Except for onto this Mirana. And now chasing this Earthshaker. He only has a totem. He will eventually go down here to the races of Nika. And Polar Ass are trying their best to dig themselves out of the hole they have dug for themselves. They once again head to the Roshan pit, but they got the Aegis for themselves, but Neff also wants to stop that. He's now in there. He's now fighting. It's a bash from Roshan at the whole city. But Kunkka is not going to win this fight, it appears. In comes Nika. Hits him with the double raise combo. Blade Mail is there. He pops the Abyssal Blade, but the whole city will still get that kill. Artorius grabs the Aegis! He grabs the Aegis on the ledge. She's still on the ground. We'll go to Nika, but an Aegis snap, simply a walk-in with that by the Lich. Artorius will die here, but he throws out the Chain Frost at first. Nika, okay, he pops the Cheese, so Cheese is forced. And they did manage to kite around this Chain Frost. Artorius, he forces over the cliff. He's trying to live, but this is going to be 2 deaths for the Notorious Lich. Certainly a flashy way to die, but a way to die regardless. He has no TP, and he's now being run down, but Tiny is there. Goes in for Nika, wants that kill. Nika still has half HP, so probably not going to happen, and the Beast of US East might just go down for that. Now being kited around by this Brood. He's even accepted his death, it appears. He pops the BKB. King comes PMA. Blink in, looking forward. Cannot find anybody thanks to that Moonlight Shadow. In comes Nika. Has Requiem. They cancel the Requiem, though. Down goes Nika. Whole city still fighting. Looking for this Tiny once again. Are there more stuns? They're on cooldown. He's pathing. He's trying to escape. The Echo is there. Stun is there from PMA. Down goes this Tiny. Whole city. Can he survive this? He's trying to run. He's so fast. He actually might just escape. They need more. He's just too fast, it appears. This game is... This is a real game. The easy in the chat from Whole City. And this is a real verifiable game of Dota 2 we've got here. This is, I just don't know what to say. This is surprisingly entertaining for a game that you'd expect would have probably been over by now. They actually have done a relatively good job of dealing with this Alchemist. Despite Alchemist having literally nearly 6 items, they have had that Requiem to keep him down in the fights, and really, the rest of the team is not that farmed. Now, he's fighting Fatal Uno. Curse Crown is there. Arrow will actually miss, but he's fighting 1v3. Chemical Rage is popped. They're trying to run him down, but in comes the cavalry. Fissure is there. Stuns up Whole City. Neff is in that backlines. At least was trying to find the backlines. Could not find them. And nobody dies. Everybody's okay. Okay, what is Whole City up to? He might be walking into his death here. He is in a really interesting spot. However, there's Moonlight Shadow, and Nika, despite having no souls, is looking for something. PMA might be the target, but he will blink away before that Curse Crown can hit him. Requiem is available, but he lacks the souls. Beast of US East on that Tiny. He's fighting Sonic God very low. Sonic God still alive. Fissure only onto 1. They respawn up Whole City, but he's still alive. Notorious, first casualty of the fights. In comes PMA. Bashes up Nika. Abyssal as well. Trying to get rid of that BKB duration. And hit him with the second Abyssal. Nika will go down. Fatal Uno went down to this Tiny combo as well. And now looking for Whole City. He has 1 web. He TPs. He's fine. And you saw the power here. Multiple Abyssals. Simply keeping this this Nika Shadow Fiend locked down for far too long. Just kept him right there. And he's now dead. And now looking for Sonic God. Fissure is there, as is X-Mark. He will go down here to the damage of the boat, it appears. And once again, nobody's buyback. PMA, looking for something. Finds absolutely nothing. Had a lot of move speed with that Spider Legs and Swift Blink. Whole City, now fighting, wants something against him. And he's now fighting Whole City. There's a lot of mischance, it appears, but in comes Tiny. Nobody can hit Whole City, it appears. Has too much evasion. I mean, with the everything, it appears. He has this 60% move mischance and the Solar Crest, so it's hard to hit this man. And now they're headed to the racks. PMA and Tiny are hitting. Raindrax are down. Metherax will go down as well. That is megas for the 5 average dudes. Fatal Uno trying to fight, doing a lot of damage actually, but will eventually go down. BKBs were popped for good measure. And now Whole City, he is alone. He is fighting 4. He's fighting 5 even, and he will get bursted down by all the magical damage of 5 average dudes. And now they head for the tier 4s. They say, you know what, heroes are dead. I mean, Sonic got for 10 seconds, our heroes for more. Tier 4s, we can kill them, they are down. They're headed for the Ancients. Is there one last defense? CB went in, missed the Echo, it appears. Requiem with the Arcane, or sorry, this is the right, regular Requiem was there. They do kill this Tiny, but the problem is they do not defend the throne. Shaker is dead. Actually, are still defending. It's not dead just yet. Lich is hitting. And now we have PMA. Actually gets Yule Sceptered. And they will kill the Lich, but they only delay the inevitable. Throne is dead. No GGs being called by average dudes. And they even say, thanks for wasting our time. Ooh, we're gonna see some possible how do I put it? We have to see some bad manners spilling over into League of Lads Discord tonight, so should pull out your popcorn if you're ready for that. Might just see some flame. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. This is gonna certainly be this is not going to end well. Either way though, wasn't 1-1 series result. Saw a much more conventional game 1 did go to side of Polar Ass, and a much more clowny game 2 ended up going the way of 5 average dudes. Was the 1-1 series result. I'm trying to keep my composure right now. This is yeah, 5 average dudes are not happy right now. They are clearly angry with the results of tonight. They say, you know what, we're not happy with the way you guys treat us with this clearly odd draft, and we're really, yeah, we're gonna see a little bit of all chat going on in the possibly in the Lads Discord tonight. But either way, team's not happy. I would give you a serious analysis of game 2. But I can't really do that. It's not really that possible, so I'm not going to really bother with it. Probably a waste of time to give much serious analysis in that sense. For game 1, obviously, for 5 average dudes, they need to have more members in the team fights, as Artorius said. But for game 2, this is simply, I mean, you can see it here. This is some weird heroes. Surprisingly decent team comp for an all-random team, but not what you could do there. Either way, thank you for tuning in for the cast. I have been Badger. I will be back for some more League of Lads casts at some point, depending on what gets scheduled when. Not sure what I'll be doing just yet, but I do know I will be casting Nebula versus Funny Zone on the 9th, and I will be casting Step Bro I'm Stuck versus Pizza Dog whenever that actually happens to happen. My name is Badger. Thank you for joining, and have a great night.